Hi, and welcome back to Focal Point After Talk. Brian Fisher is my name. Try to squeeze in as many phone calls as we can over this last half hour. 888-589-8840. 888-589-8840 is the number to call. You know, again, the letter that Rich Bott of Bott Radio Network wrote to Russell Moore, who took this broadside slam at Christian Talk Radio, is a very strong letter. He refers to Moore asserting his personal disdain for Christian Talk Radio. Perhaps you spoke from ignorance, he says. You made careless, sweeping comments that have been widely disseminated. You have caused harm and confusion to faithful broadcasters and loyal listeners to Christian Talk Radio. I offer you an opportunity to apologize for this serious and inexplicable misstatement. He refers to Janet Mefford, who broke this story. She finds your comments to be offensive and a bit of a nuclear bomb. So a strongly worded letter, and this went to everybody who's anybody in Christian Talk Radio. So this cat is out of the bag. This horse is out of the barn. And everybody, I mean, Todd Starnes got a copy of this letter. Brent Bozell, Media Research Center, got a copy. Alan Sears, ADF, got a copy. Kelly Shackelford at Liberty Institute got a copy. So everybody who's anybody in Christian Talk Radio now is aware of the comments that Russell Moore made, and it is a situation that does require and call for some kind of resolution. And I, again, want to thank Rich for being on this program. We ran out of time there at the end of that segment. He was just beginning to express words of honor and appreciation for both Don Wildman and Tim, and for the work they're doing here at the American Family Association. Number to call if you want to join the program here in the last half hour, free for all Friday, 888-589-8840. While you're calling in, let me play some sound bites. This is the Benham brothers. We're on CNN. These are the guys who got bounced by HGTV. Remember, they got bounced because they believe in natural marriage. They got bounced because they think the homosexual agenda ought to be resisted. They got bounced because they have prayed outside abortion clinics. They got bounced because they had a prayer rally out in front of the Democratic National Committee the same year that they were bouncing God out of the platform and out of the building. So being interviewed by Aaron Burnett on CNN yesterday about this rank discrimination, rank persecution. Here is clip one.
Let me play something that you said back in September of 2012.
If 87% of Americans are Christians, and yet we have abortion on demand, we have no-fault divorce, we have pornography and perversion, we have a homosexuality in the agenda that's attacking the nation.
Do you still stand by that, a homosexuality and an agenda that's attacking the nation?
If you continue to play that out, you will see that I talked about all of these other things, and that the church has remained silent and just sat and built big churches. And one of the things that's important is that never have I ever spoken against homosexuals as individuals and gone against them. I speak about an agenda, and that's really what the point of this is that there is an agenda that is seeking to silence the voices of men and women of faith, and that's what all this is about.
So he says, look, yeah, I stand by what I said. There's an agenda out there that's hostile to people of faith. I mean, they're Exhibit A. This is very high profile, all of a sudden on CNN. And this is 24 hours. Inside 24 hours, Right Wing Watch makes a post, the same people that cyberstalked this program. 24 hours later, these guys get absolutely bounced. Here is clip number two. Again, one of the Benham brothers speaking to Aaron Burnett about his convictions.
I believe that any sex outside of marriage, no matter what kind of sex it is just not healthy for human flourishing, and for before God. I think it's just a very important thing that we just set the record straight, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to say directly to the camera that we love homosexuals and we love Muslims and we have absolutely nothing against the people.
Well, I don't want to get into it.
And just there's a difference between the people and an agenda.
It's interesting. You know, watching that, you ought to go look that up. Excuse me. Watch that online. When he starts talking about the fact that he does not believe that any kind of sexual activity outside of marriage is appropriate, it's good for human flourishing. I mean, Aaron Burnett, her eyeballs start to roll back in her head. She's just stunned. She's just stunned into silence. You can see the look of amazement just spread across her face. One last clip, because she asked him, okay, how do you feel about HGTV? These guys got this pressure. Less than 24 hours, they caved and threw you guys off of their network. What do you think about that?
Aren't you angry at HGTV? You had a heart-to-heart with them. You got through this, and then a blog comes out, and they run for cover?
Not at all. Our heart breaks for HGTV. We had such a great relationship, and we still do with several of the folks there. Our heart breaks for them. That the same thing that happens all the time when one view is able to be put out there, but then if you represent what we believe would be pro-family, the pro-family view, you're not allowed to have that anymore. And I believe that HG was pushed into this, but we have nothing but love and admiration for all the folks at HG. We felt like HG was bullied. We felt that HG knew who we were. They believed in us. They believed in our show and our expertise in real estate. They were willing to take a chance with us. And we were putting out some great footage. We're halfway through filming and it got cut off. But when this all of this media firestorm happened around some of my comments, it was too much for them to bear, and they had to make a business decision. But we absolutely respect HGTV, and we really love those folks.
Well, I wouldn't be nearly as charitable. I'm not nearly as charitable toward HGTV. And I'd like to know what you think. The Benham brothers, obviously, and this is their decision. I'm not being critical of them at all. Please misunderstand. It's their life, their career, their decision. I don't presume to tell them what to do. But I know that I would have loved to see them fight back on this. I would have loved to see them take HGTV to court. They've got a solid lawsuit here. This is blatant religious discrimination. It is against the law everywhere in America. Everywhere there's any kind of employment discrimination law, religion's right in there. You cannot discriminate against somebody in employment, in hiring and firing based on religion. And Aaron Burnett said at the beginning of that conversation, we all know that this is exactly why you guys have been bounced. So I don't know what you think. I don't know if you think the Benham brothers are doing what you'd like to see happen. Again, this is their call. I'm not critical. I'm just asking what you personally would like to see happen. We're not being critical of the Benham brothers in any way here. This is just a matter of what we think, what we would like to see. Would you like to see them fight this in court, or do you like the way that they've handled this, being very polite and being very gracious, and we love those people and all that kind of thing? So I'd like to know what you think. 888-589-8840. Let's go to the phones. Grab a call from Tom, Grand Haven, Michigan. Tom, welcome. What's on your mind?
Hi. I just had a comment on the bullying you did with a gentleman that said he believed two consenting adults could do what they want.
Yes,
and you asked him if his wife was a prostitute, he'd be okay with that. If she wasn't a prostitute when he met her, if she gave no inclination of being a prostitute, that doesn't make him a hypocrite not wanting her to be a prostitute. Are you married, sir?
Yes.
If your wife decided to convert to Islam, would you stay married to her?
Well, I've committed myself to her for the rest of my life, so yes, I would.
If you started converting your kids to Islam, would you still stay married to her?
I committed myself to her for the rest of my life, till death do us part.
You see, I think you are being dishonest there. I do not think you would let anybody influence your kids.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand. He was saying he would leave his wife. He was saying that. See, he was saying, but Tom, he was saying that he would leave his wife if she went into prostitution, which means he finds prostitution morally objectionable when it affects him. That's all I was saying. And let me ask you this, Tom, if we're dealing here with adult consensual activity, do you think that incest is okay as long as they're grown up?
No.
Well, okay, then what's our argument?
That's being okay because that is genetically proven to be detrimental to the human race.
Yeah, but so is homosexuality. Homosexuality is proven to be detrimental to human health.
And how is that?
Have you not read the statistics about HIV/AIDS? Tom, 60% of all of the men that have ever gotten HIV/AIDS got it through having sex with other men. That's from the Centers. That's from the Centers for Disease Control. That's not from some member of the vast right-wing conspiracy. It's the Centers for Disease Control. They are saying the number one risk factor for HIV/AIDS, which can shorten your life by 8 to 20 years, is having sex with other men. True. So it's detrimental to human health, just like you're saying incest is. So what? Again, what's our argument? Where do we differ?
The human health, because people will die from doing that. They're not going to have offspring that are retarded or deformed.
Wait a minute. So you're saying it's okay to engage in activity that'll kill you?
Yes, if they want to, they're two consenting adults. If they
Okay,
want to
well,
engage
yeah,
in
but okay, then why isn't incest okay? It's
And
their
who
choice.
said-
They're consenting adults.
what they should be able to do or not do.
So you're saying incest would be okay as long as both of them are consenting adults.
I did not agree with that, and I give you my reasons for
Well,
that.
but I gave you the reasons for homosexual behavior, and they're the same. And Tom, listen, you're being very short-sighted here by saying, well, incest, you can have offspring that are genetically affected. Well, do not forget that there is rampant promiscuity in the homosexual community, which means if you are an HIV/AIDS carrier, you have sex with somebody, you transmit that virus to him, he is going to go out and he's going to have intimacy with other men. He's going to transfer to them the thing that you gave him. That becomes then something that compromises other people's genetic health, which is exactly what you're saying is why we should oppose incest, because there are other people down the line outside this immediate relationship that whose health is going to be impacted. Same exact thing with homosexuality.
It's not the same. Homosexuality is not the same as incest. It's not the same as bestiality.
No, I didn't say it was the same. I said that there are profound risks to human health in both of them.
Again, two consenting adults in this country should be able to do whatever they want. And
Well, wait a minute. Wait, you just said,
Hold on,
you just said that's not true. You just, Tom, you just contradicted yourself because you said if they're brother and sister, they can't do it. That's not right. We're not going to allow that. So you just contradicted yourself. They're consenting adults, and you said we shouldn't allow that.
myself, sir, you are trying to contradict me. I told you why I did not agree with incest.
Yeah, but I know, Tom, but here the point is you're contradicting yourself because your principle is as long as it is two consenting adults, it's nobody else's business. And then you turn right around and say, no, we shouldn't tolerate incest. So you're contradicting your own moral principle.
Again, you are doing the same bullying you try to do with a gentleman because he didn't want his wife to be a whore. You know, if he believes two people can do what they want to do in the privacy of their own bedroom, then he should want to be married to a whore. Well, that's not what he was trying to say, and you twisted it.
All right, Tom, listen, I got to let you go because we are out of time. Tom, I got to let you go because I wish we had more time to continue the conversation. I didn't twist anything. I just took the guy at face value, just like I did with you, Tom. I took your words. I didn't put words in your mouth. I took your words, and then we had an assessment, an analysis of your own worldview based on your own standards. Focal Point AFR Talk. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us.